All right, let us talk about Chinese hacker compromising the emails of U.S. government agencies. This is a pretty prolific hack. I heard about it like a couple days ago, like really, really late after I finished the stream. I went online and I saw breaking news, and I was like, I'll cover that tomorrow. And then I forgot to cover it today. So now I forgot to cover it tomorrow, which was yesterday. So now we're covering it today. There we go.
Chinese hackers compromised emails of U.S. government agencies. Chinese hackers have compromised the emails of an unnamed U.S. Federal Civilian Executive Branch (FSEB) agency. In mid-June, a malicious email activity was reported by an unnamed U.S. Federal Civilian Executive Branch (FSEB) agency. Microsoft experts who investigated the suspicious activity discovered that China-linked threat actors have targeted the agency as part of a cyber espionage campaign targeting 24 organizations. The U.S. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency (CISA) and Federal Bureau of Investigation (FBI) on July 12, 2023 have published a joint advisory to warn organizations and allow them to enhance organizational cybersecurity posture and position organizations to detect similar malicious activity via implementing the listed logging recommendations. In June 2023, a Federal Civilian Executive Branch (FSEB) agency observed unexpected events in Microsoft 365 M.
So logging. I mean, saying like logging your security posture good now. I'm like, no, that's not really how it works, sweetie. Sorry, sweaty. That's not really how it works. But yeah, implementing logging recommendations is great. CISA and the FBI coming together and giving guidance is great. But honestly, like I say, I don't think they have a stick. I think they only got a carrot, bro. Like, as far as CISA goes, like, where is the stick? Where's the stick? Where's the enforcement? Where are the consequences for cyber negligence on this scale that we're seeing? I don't know, bro. I really don't think CISA has CISA actually reprimanded anybody in any meaningful way? Please tell me. Please. I'd love to know. I don't know. I really genuinely don't know.
Microsoft network defenders deemed the activity malicious. Reads the advisory published by U.S. CISA. According to the Washington Post, the Chinese cyber spies breached the U.S. State Department email system. The threat actors also targeted the Commerce Department, a congressional staffer, a U.S. human rights advocate, and U.S. think tanks. Chinese cyber spies, exploiting a fundamental gap in Microsoft's cloud, hacked email accounts at the Commerce and State Departments.
Russia also has been hacking a lot of U.S. think tanks. I mean, like, you know, I wouldn't say this is a double-pronged effort. I wouldn't say this is like a concerted effort. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't say they're working together, but it, you know, definitely two groups that would really, really want to, like, you know, infiltrate, you know, State Department, etc., human rights groups, think tanks. I mean, they're usually one and the same. They're usually one and the same, if we're being real. It's the same countries.
Chinese cyber spies, exploiting a fundamental gap in Microsoft's cloud, hacked email accounts at the Commerce and State Departments, including that of Commerce Secretary Jean Raimondo, whose agency has imposed stiff export controls on Chinese technologies that Beijing has denounced as a malicious attempt to suppress its companies. Reported the Washington Post.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, guys, cyber warfare, as I've told you guys before, is just an extension of actual warfare. Cyber crime is just an extension of actual crime, right? So, the good thing about cyber warfare, well, the good thing for these nation states, is that it's not considered an act of war yet. Yo, if you guys are on Blue Sky, follow me on Blue Sky. I'm Kaiputer on Blue Sky. They have not declared hacking each other as they've not declared hacking each other as crime yet, right? As like a egregious like act of war yet. Stuxnet, they're like, meh, it happened. You know, SolarWinds, oh, I guess China's hacking every single U.S. government agency. The OPM hack, oh, I guess they're hacking the OPM and, you know, doxing spies and shit like that. If this were happening physically, if they were going into the office of the OPM, obviously it would be war, right? Since it's a digital, this has never been a point of escalation yet. The yet is the scary part. When is it going to happen? It's probably going to happen soon.
Including that of Commerce Secretary Jean Raimondo, whose agency has
Here we go,
imposed
skip.
stiff Raimundo is the only known cabinet-level official to have their account compromised in the targeted cyber espionage campaign,
Yeah, you guys can put on some
according to
music.
U.S. officials familiar with the matter,
I don't even know
who
what they're playing.
spoke on the condition of anonymity due to the matter's sensitivity.
I don't even know what this is playing anymore. If you guys want to do song requests, please feel free. I have no idea what the fuck. Here. I've never listened to 50 besides for like a couple songs. Shake that ass, girl. That was 50, right? I don't listen to 50. So here. Let's see. Will this work? That's a sick ass song. Damn, it's not available? Yo, I am a YouTube Music subscriber. Why would you do that to me, bro? Oh, cracked actor David Bowie. Holy shit, dog. Okay, let's go. Dude, the stream was pretty stable today, right? The bike stream was pretty stable today. Okay, so this person's obviously being targeted for their hand in, you know, electronics embargoes, right? Technology embargoes, on Chinese tech, right? I mean, it makes sense. This is retaliation. This is just classic. Okay, let's keep going.
U.S.
Not
CISA
that big of a
urges
deal.
organizations to
We see shit
enable
like this
audit
every day.
logging,
Every day.
enable purview audit, premium logging, ensure logs are searchable by operators, enable Microsoft 365 unified audit logging, and understand the organization's cloud
Yeah,
baseline.
establish a baseline. Establish a security baseline. When you deviate from that baseline, something's wrong. When you notice something that doesn't conform to that baseline, something's wrong. And that should be the largest indicator of shit going fucky-wucky. And that's when you should be, you know, all hands on deck trying to figure out what's going on. That's when you should be trying to figure out what's going on. Oh, here we go. I got you guys with a little more live action there. So yeah, make sure you have logs and establish your baseline. See where people log in from. You know, use heuristics and behavior, you know, in order to baseline and determine whether your users are doing something that is outside of the norm. Bro. Oh my god. Oh my god, sorry, I just saw something on Blue Sky. I was like, yo. Concerning.
Microsoft announced this week it has mitigated an attack conducted by
I can't
a
even share
China-linked
this, bro. I
threat
can't even
actor.
share this. This shit has slurs in it. Like, I think there are people using slurs to themselves. Oh my god. Oh my god, bro. I'm actually sorry. Okay, never mind. Let's. Holy shit! All right.
Microsoft announced this week it has mitigated an attack conducted by a China-linked threat
Blue
actor,
Sky's scary, bro.
tracked as
Blue
Storm
Sky's scary. I thought this shit was normal. Blue
0558,
Sky's scary.
which targeted customer emails. Storm 0558
fuck?
threat actors focus on government agencies in Western Europe and were observed conducting cyber espionage, data theft, and credential access attacks. The attack was reported by a customer on June 16, 2023. The investigation revealed that the attack began on May 15, 2023, when Storm 0558 gained access to email accounts affecting approximately 25 organizations, including government agencies as well as related consumer accounts of individuals likely associated with these organizations.
I find self-referential slurs to be very interesting. I don't understand it. Okay, if you guys want to see what I'm talking about, just look at Benny's Blue Sky 4 minutes ago. That was like, I honestly like refreshed to see if there was any new news like coming down my feed. And I just like saw slurs like stacked and I was like, wait, what's going on? I just saw like stacked slurs. Like I was like, yo, bro, holy shit. All right. Not my place, but self-referential slurs are interesting. I think that's an interesting thing, you know, like the reclaiming of slurs. Wow. Okay, so let's continue.
The attackers forged authentication tokens to access user email using an acquired Microsoft account, MSA, consumer signing key. Our telemetry indicates that we have successfully blocked Storm 0558 from accessing customer email using forged authentication tokens. No customer action is required, reads the post published by Microsoft. As with any observed nation-state actor activity, Microsoft has contacted all targeted or compromised organizations directly via their tenant admins and provided them with important information to help them investigate and respond.
I think I told you guys, like, okay, so we'll talk about this in a minute. But I think this is an interesting, like, societal thing, you know what I mean? Like, the reclamation of words. We've talked about it a lot before. But I told you guys once that, like, I have a friend and she's trans and she refers to herself with the T slur. Like, in a lot of contexts. And it's always in, like, a sort of, like, it seems like joking, ironic sort of way, right? You know what I mean? But, like, I'm obviously, well, I mean, not obviously, but I'm not, you know, I'm not trans. A lot of you know I'm not, like, you know, a lot of you know that. I think I've told you guys, like, most of the time, like, yeah, I'm not trans. My dad asked me, he was like, hey, do you ever think you wanted to be a woman? I was like, no. Like, he just randomly asked me, I was like, what, did you think you wanted to be a woman? And he was like, no. You know, but yeah, I never had that thought. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people who are trans. I've had a lot of friends who had transitioned, you know, like when we were friends. And yeah, some of them refer to themselves with a T slur and the F slur. So like, it's a little interesting. Yo, what's up? It's a little interesting to see like how, like, you know, the etymology, of course, right, of these words, and then the progression as people start to, like, as marginalized groups start to reclaim them. So like, yeah, I think I asked you guys before if, like, a trans person calling themselves the T slur was all right, and I think some trans people in here said no, and other trans people in here said yes. So it's like, I don't even know where that stands. You know what I mean? I think it seems like there's a little bit of contention there. Am I wrong? Trans people, I'm definitely interested in your opinion on this.
Microsoft researchers discovered that the
All of
threat
our trans
actors
homies,
gained
I'm interested in
access
your
to
opinion on
customer
this.
email accounts using
'Cause I'm not
Outlook Web
familiar.
Access in Exchange Online (OA) and Outlook.com by forging authentication tokens to access
It
user
seems like there
email.
isn't a consensus, right? It seems like this might be a point of contention, and there isn't a consensus whether this is, like, harmful or not, you know? But I've just gathered that from listening to you people. Yeah.
The
Complicated.
attackers
Yeah, I've
used
just
an
gathered that from
acquired
listening to you
key to
people.
forge the tokens to access OA
I
and
just listen.
Outlook.com. The attackers exploited a token validation issue to impersonate Azure AD users and gain access to enterprise mail. China denied any accusation and blames the US of being the most aggressive government in the cyberspace. Below is an abstract from the Foreign Ministry spokesperson Wang Wenbin's regular press conference on
Effler,
July
yeah.
the 12th, 2023.
I have a lot of gay white friends who refer to themselves in that context. Well, not, I wouldn't call them friends, but acquaintances, people I've worked with before. At least among your friends, yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
Bloomberg, last night or early this morning, Microsoft said it found a China-based group that was targeting government
Give me
agencies
music.
in
This is
Western
gonna play
Europe.
random shit. Give me music,
Does
okay?
China have any comment on this report, and have you had any contact with governments in Western Europe asking about this? Wang Wenbin, we noted the
I haven't heard
report
this song since
saying
I
that
was
the
in, like, high school,
spokesman
bro.
for the White House National Security Council claimed that US officials found hackers linked to China took advantage of a security weakness in Microsoft's cloud computing to break into unclassified email accounts of the US, and the US has notified Microsoft about this. I would like to say that in the past, it was usually the world's NO.1 hacking group, the US National Security Agency, which also serves as the US Cyber Force Command, that released such kind of disinformation. This time, it was the US National Security Council that made a public statement.
Yep.
Whatever agency spoke, it does not change the fact that the US is the world's biggest hacking empire and global cyber thief.
I'd say up there with Israel. Yeah, me too. I don't either. Like, even if it's, like, self-referential, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't. I just don't feel comfortable with it. I would rather not use it and just, like, make sure everybody's cool and, like, good and shit like that than, like, you know, I don't feel the need to say any of this shit, you know what I mean? I'd rather not make people feel uncomfortable, even if there's that, like, slight chance, you know?
Since last year, cybersecurity institutions from China and elsewhere in the world have issued reports to reveal US government cyber attacks against China over the years, but the US has yet to make a response. It is high time that the US explained its cyber attack activities and stopped spreading disinformation to deflect public
Yeah,
attention.
not my place to say what anybody else does, you know what I mean? Like, I don't pass judgment on that stuff. People can do what they want, you know, communities can do what they want. I'm not, you know, I'm not like, you have to conform to my belief system. You know. Alright, here we go. So, let's say we'll say storm 0558 targeted 0365 instances belonging to federal civilian. What's the exact title? Federal FCSB or some shit like that. Oh, FCEB. Yep. Executive branch agencies or belonging to a we'll say this China linked threat actor has been targeted over 24. We'll say organizations and compromised a federal civilian executive branch agency's email environment. Two dozen organizations. Agencies, email environments. Has been has focused on it's focused on notable figures, departments, and think tanks. That's long enough, right? I'm almost done with. Yeah, I don't have enough characters to keep going, so that's a good little wrapped up email. I haven't listened to this since I was in high school either. Yo, I'm back in my Brit pop era, bro. My Brit alt rock pop era. All right, y'all. The tweet has been quote.